We were just speaking off camera there. Do you want to let people know about the outfit you're wearing, and of course the...
Yeah, so I mean, you have to see it closely, but I'll post a picture again online. But this is my nephew. He was murdered at 24 years old shortly after my last fight with Phil Davis. He was at the Phil Davis fight, and I was actually with him the night he was murdered, just a few hours short. And the last thing we talked about was the fight. He asked me fight game. He asked me, Coach, you got any fights on to win the next fight? I said, I don't know. He said, just stay focused on, we're going to get that belt. I promise you're going to get it, keep working. And he was killed. I dedicated everybody at the funeral. All his friends came like, man, all your nephew talking about was you, man. He was your biggest fan. He just want to see you get that belt so bad. So my dedication to not just him, but my oldest sister and the family was to honor him tonight, because the one fight he wouldn't be able to see him on. He was my biggest fan, and he wouldn't be here, but he was here with me tonight with my necklace and the suit.
It was a fairly dominant performance from you throughout the fight, but there was that one moment, and I think the third, where he had you in that armbar a little bit. Could you see it almost for a second slipping away from you?
I mean, I didn't see it slipping away. I mean, I'm a black belt in jiu-jitsu, so I knew it was tight. I'm not like I asked, well, how was it? It was tight, but I knew I just couldn't stop moving. This is the number one thing with just about anything. If you don't stop moving, it's gonna be hard to sink or finish a move. He had it tight, and it was just like keep moving, keep flopping, keep rolling back and forth. Don't let him get it secure. And the fence kind of helped him, but it also helped me in a way, because it gave me just that little spring I needed to get my feet over his head and clear my elbow.
Finally, for me, is this kind of a little bit of an FU to the people who doubted you a couple of years ago, and in the UFC, and getting to show them, no, I'm a world champion here now, and you've been able to prove that in your time in Bellator, and a very valuable world champion for the promotion as well.
I mean, like I said in the last few fights, I stopped worrying about what the people think anymore. Just gotta do it for myself, do it for my family, do it for my coaches, Nick Catone, Mark Henry, Ricardo Almeida, Frank Yeager, Ryan, for all the people that's worked with me for all these years, the many coaches that believed in me. People gonna always say what everyone says. You guys see on the way out, some fans are trying to come over to this fence and fight us and tell us we was born blase. People always gonna have something to say, but at the end of the day, we got the belt, and that's all that matters.
Corey, does the first defense, would it be interesting to potentially go up against a guy like Yoel Romero, who's coming off a good win against Thiago Santos, a big name like yourself, in exciting fights?
I mean, it's about money at this point. What the organization say, what we talk about with my family, and whatever's going to pay the contract and what it's supposed to pay, that's what we worried about. If the fight makes sense, it makes sense. If we talk to the coaches, and that's when we do it, we're going to do it. So we just got to talk to Kogan and Bellator and everybody else and see what they're talking about, what's next, and we go from there.
You mentioned prior to this fight that you'd be open at some point, potentially going up to heavyweight and fighting Nemkov again. I know you've just won that belt, but 2-weight world champs have been a thing for quite a while in the sport. Is that something that you're looking to do before you call it quits in your career?
I mean, it's definitely something I would like to do. I mean, it's something I have to do, like, I need to get that second belt. If the opportunity came, for sure, 100%, I'll jump on and do it right away. And definitely the Nemkov fight is something I really want to get back. He's not coming back to 205. I guess I got to go up to heavyweight to find him.
Because that could potentially set up a fight with Francis Ngannou for the heavyweight belt at some point if he wins the belt later this year.
Yeah, I mean, we got Nemkov and then got Bader. Somebody already fought. Give him a rematch. Then Ngannou. They're all three bigger names and big money fights. So at this point in my career, that's what it's about. I got a family. Like I always said, the main goal was always to get the belt. The number one priority is make sure my family's taken care of for when I'm done with life. There's money in the bank and everybody's taken care of. But we got the belt now. So the goal is crossed off. Now it's about prioritizing, making sure the family's taking care of. Every fight we're going to get is going to be what's going to be the best opportunity to set my family up for a better life long after I'm gone.
I feel like you have a pretty good argument for that Bader fight in the near future. But the first fight was so quick.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, Nemkov got the same argument. He knocked him out in the second round. Yeah. I'd rather have that argument for the Nemkov fight than the Bader fight. We all seen how that went. Being Nemkov both knocked him out, and we both seen how the two Nemkov fights went. First one I was winning to the headbutt, and the second one he beat me by decision. I feel like that'd be a good one to go up, and winner of that will fight Bader.